Introducing to you first, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks with gold trim, hailing from San Pedro, Jujuy, Argentina. He weighed in at 117 3/4 pounds with a record of 32 wins, 14 losses, 8 draws, and 1 no decision. He has 8 wins coming by way of knockout. He currently holds the WBO Latin American Bantamweight title and is ranked the #9 world contender. Introducing the challenger, El Alacrán, Pedro Javier Torres. And his opponent across the ring is the defending world champion on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks, gold trim, proudly representing his hometown of Albuquerque, New Mexico. He weighed in at the bantamweight limit of 118 pounds with a record of 47 wins, 1 loss and 2 draws. He has 25 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the 4-time world champion in 2 weight divisions and the current and defending WBO Bantamweight champion of the world, known for his crazy life. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the one and only Johnny Mi Vida Loca Tapia. Once again, a referee in charge, Rocky Burke, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of boxing in this championship attraction.
Bueno, ya les di las reglas. Quiero una pelea limpia con el les digo break. Quiero que pisen para atrás sin tirar golpes. Golpes ilegales o rebajar puntos. Mantengan la guarda a todo tiempo. Okay. No hay preguntas. Señor Torres, señor Tapia, buena suerte a los dos.
Rocky Burke with the final instructions. Tapia, who said he wanted to start fast, often likes to send a message early. Learned from the Ayala fight that you got to stick to your game plan against Julio. He did just that. Stand on the outside and box, remain composed and focused. Torres, his best strategy against Tapia, try to be disruptive, make him lose focus, back him up, throw 2 to 3 punches together, not one at a time. We'll see what he can do.
You know, he talked about backing Tapia up, but he doesn't fight forward. He fights like he is now, side to side and backing up himself. He stays out of the way a lot, not real offensive-minded, not a big puncher, and not that quick.
That's a lot of negative things you just said there, Bob.
He's got problems as far as I'm concerned.
Bobby, is there any positive things you can say about the guy in his favor?
He's still standing.
He just started.
Well, he said his strategy, talking about Torres in the red with the right trip, cut the distance, don't let Tapia think. He said he'll offset Tapia's speed, and man, does he have speed. By getting in, getting off first, not allowing Tapia to get started. The problem is Torres has a habit of fighting, as you mentioned, while going backwards.
Well, he went right to Johnny's body there with a nice 1-2 combination. Didn't land, but he's going to Johnny's body, maybe trying to do just that, slow him down.
And Tapia countering with a left to the body himself.
Tapia uncharacteristically quiet, just measuring his man. Usually comes right out on fire. He's not on fire tonight.
He seems to be very cautious. He did acknowledge that Torres is awkward, moves a lot, throws a lot, is concerned that he doesn't get caught by a wild punch from Torres. And he also feels that Torres can take a shot. He did take a beating at the hands of Pereira, did Torres. But I don't know how Torres can change an old habit like fighting while he's going backwards at this stage of his career.
Maintain, John. Come on.
Is this a love fest?
No, this wasn't a love fest. This was Torres holding on, really holding on, and Tapia getting a little aggravated, trying to pick him up and throw him.
Well, Tapia,
a lot of hugging going on, though.
He finds a way to get mad sooner or later, and when he does, then he starts out. Like right there.
Got the wake-up call.
Yeah, he didn't like that. He didn't like what happened just then, and you can see what happened. That's the result.
Those punches are getting faster and harder now from The man in the black trunks, Johnny Tapia. He's connecting.
Tapia is seldom in a bad fight. It's always exciting, one way or another.
It's a guarantee.
It's a guarantee.
Nice lead right hand there, wobbled Torres just a little bit.
Look at the hand speed of Tapia.
Guys that genuinely like to fight, guys like Tapia, guys like Romero, guys even like myself, can't be in bad fights because we want to fight. That's what we're there for.
A Vida Loca, my crazy life, on the back of his trunks, and he's had that. A very tough life, raised by his grandparents.
He's putting in some hard shots. He's putting in some hard shots right now, which is making the other guy run much more. I'm sorry.
That's right. Head for the bell here in round one.
Very good, Johnny. What's the mouthpiece out here? Johnny, chasing with jab, 2 jabs. Yeah, this guy really got the run going. Chasing with 2 jabs. Give me a little grease. I got it. Suck it in. Beautiful.
Sacamos la mano, volvemos a ver, ¿qué pasa? Lo estamos dejando agrandar. No hacemos nada así,
Well, you're not doing anything but running. You can't do that. You got to stop and fight.
No tome el agua, no tome.
Drink some water.
Listo. Alacrán, querido. Está agrandando. La gente lo está chiflando. Sonido over, damn.
Jamming with the 1-2. Step with the jab.
The exuberant fans supporting Tapia. Some of you might be wondering why you're looking at Adrian Davis instead of Freddie Roach there, the trainer. I asked Tapia that question yesterday. He said, well, I wanted to learn more. That was his answer. With Davis, he has been working on his shoulder and side movement and uppercut.
There's that overhand right that we're talking about that Torres needs to use. He's landed a couple times now, Tapia. There's a third.
Well, Tapia invoking the old line. He can run, but he can't hide. With regard to Torres' style of backing up.
Well, Torres doing some of the keys that he needs to do. He's working Tapia's body to slow him down and trying to land that overhand right and that uppercut on the inside, covering all 3 of the bases.
Torres continues to fight on the inside against Tapia.
Watch the elbows.
Tapia being warned for the elbows by Rocky Burke. And the headbutts warning to Torres.
At least Torres is giving him a shot this time, more than he did in his first round of just running.
Sube el golpe.
This corner says that you can't win the fight running. You got to fight. You got to throw punches.
No, John. No.
The many spiritual tattoos on the back of Johnny Tapia, the Madonna, his departed mother, was murdered when he was 8. His father was killed before he was born.
Break. Quise para atrás.
Something that Johnny Tapia is not adjusting to right away, Steve, is Torres is coming in with the wild shots and then holding Johnny, and that's really getting Johnny, a little aggravated and agitated. He's not reacting well right now.
And he was very irritable going into this fight because of the weight problem. He wanted to fight yesterday at our meeting. I thought he was going to take you on, Bob.
He doesn't want a part of me yet. He's not that, he's good, but he's not that big.
Well, Vida Loca.
Another nod of the head. I mean, I think Tapia's worried about getting cut here.
Yes, he said that on several occasions yesterday.
Referee trying to keep this thing clean if he can. He's been warning them about every little infraction. Let's see what happens as Tapia goes to the attack.
Tapia generally a very intelligent fighter. Terrific defense, elusive.
Adrian Davis had come in behind 2 or 3 jabs and then fired right hand, and he come back with another 1-2. I think good advice right now.
Torres a bit more game than he thought he might be. I thought he might be as he backs up.
Stop!
A slip by Tapia. Threw a big right and lost his balance.
Box.
Pretty jab by Tapia. Held off on the right though, didn't follow the bell.
Get back to your jabbing, man. Get back to your jabbing. I know he is, but take your time. That jab will find him. Give me the mouthpiece. That jab will find it. You gotta find it with the jab. Come on. Come on, nigga, see, yeah. You mean, she's go around with the jab. 2 jabs.
Donde quiera, donde quiera.
Tapia showing his frustration, using a little bit of the elbow here and there. Here's leaning on the back of his neck with it and a little shove in the face. Referee telling him, not going to accept that. Later in the round, he's got his hand up high, but he gets caught anyway. He shoves another little elbow forearm. And you can see Tapia getting a little frustrated. I thought he lost that round. I thought he got outworked that round.
Seconds out. Need the water on the back.
Give me a towel.
He let the awkwardness of Torres' style confuse him and take him out of his game, something he didn't want to do.
An early little sense of urgency there from Adrian Davis. He said to Tapia, find him with the jab. Throw 2 jabs, not just one.
And Tapia argued back, saying, I couldn't find him. But he said, you can. Try it. Try it. I think Tapia's a little upset with that second round. He did not do as well as he thought. And all of a sudden, Torres is giving him a battle here.
Tapia on his tiptoes, keeps pressing the attack as we always expect him to do. Torres backpedaling. Tapia landing there.
I was just going to say what he's got to do is time this kid with a lead right hand, Tapia. He's got to work. This kid leans weird angles, and as soon as I did, as soon as I thought it, didn't even say it, he threw it.
Oh, beautiful move by Johnny Tapia.
Yeah,
that was pretty.
That's a typical Tapia move. He slid over to the side and let it fly. Michelangelo Dundee must be happy. That's Angelo's thing. Slide over and let the right hand go.
Well, that would make any NBA player proud.
All right. A little low blow that the referee said nothing about.
Break! They apologize to each other verbally. They're making nice breaks in there.
Very polite.
Break!
Torres 32-14-8 with a no decision and only 8 knockouts. So you know he's not loaded with power. He's been down a couple of times according to himself. He's been knocked out 3 times.
He walked into a nice right hand there by Tapia.
That's amazing. 8 draws. How often do you see something like that?
That is unusual. That's the first time I've ever seen anywhere near that.
He says he keeps fighting the same people over again, and could be also lazy judging. And he fights, a lot of champions, and it's tough as the challenger.
What I haven't seen Tapia do is get in that punch, that attack where he has 4, 5, 6 combinations. He's got to get that going. He's boxing way too much with this guy. He's got to take over. He's got to put command on him. He's got to put Tapia on him. Go. Right there. Keep coming.
Tapia hurt him with a couple of left hooks, but the awkwardness of the movement, he can't really time the movement of Torres yet, and it's kind of bothering him a little.
And you wonder if the weight loss in such a short span of time, 31 pounds in just 6 weeks, is having any kind of effect on Tapia.
Yeah, but he put a lot more back on. He put a lot back on. He ain't fighting it out.
But the fact that he took it off so fast can be debilitating, yes?
Yeah, yes. And the end, but he put it back on.
Which can also work against you. Well, Johnny Tapia certainly has a busy career in the ring, but he may be looking down the road for a career change, or is he? Check this out as he made a guest appearance for the new Showtime original series, Resurrection Boulevard.
It's an honor and a blessing seeing that I can do something else besides getting hit for a living, making money a quicker way. I can act like a punch drunk fighter maybe then, but I'll be better there. No,
but I gotta help him out here.
Just talking to everybody, meeting so much different people, and everybody was down to earth. That's what I really liked about it. Everybody was down to earth. If they want me again, I'd love to come back in. If they stop it now, I can say, hey, one time I was in a movie.
Members of the Resurrection Boulevard cast on hand here in support. Michael DeLorenzo right there. Also on hand, Tony Plana, Elizabeth Pena.
You got him, Johnny, you got him.
Issei Morales. Nicholas Gonzalez also among the cast members on hand. That starts June the 26th. Tapia told us fighting is easy, acting's hard.
Some actors might tell you fighting's a little harder than acting. Depends on what you're accustomed to.
Well, they'll follow the fortunes of a Latino family in East LA, quest for the American dream, always tying them to the boxing arena. Coming June 26th on Showtime, Resurrection Boulevard.
That's all right.
Round 4, thus far, Tapia has only shown brief flashes of his exceptional hand speed against Pedro Javier Torres. Alacron means scorpion.
Nice left hook to the body there. He buckled Torres with it.
Tapia coming on here.
And Torres in real retreat after a couple of those body shots. One of them in particular hurt him.
Tapia with digging lefts, then follows it up with a right hand, but off the shoulder of Torres. Torres not afraid to throw.
He's throwing. He's not a power puncher, though. He's not real clean with the angles he throws his punch. He wings them kind of wild. A lot of arm punching, not body shots.
Step back.
So even though Johnny Tapia's not a big puncher, he turns his body in with his punches, throws them along the right lines clean.
A beautiful technical fighter to watch.
Break. Cuidado con las cabezas.
Watch out with the heads. Says Rocky the referee.
Torres, as I saw from the tapes, a tendency to load up with the right, a wide windmilling right, which could leave him open. We'll see if that happens and Tapia can take advantage.
Well, the tape I saw on him said he was a runner. Well, he sure is. He could have been in the Kentucky Derby. This guy's been running. Although he fights, he's coming back. He just doesn't seem to have anything on his punches.
Tapia's got to cut him off, and he's got to use the jab. Once he gets the jab and finds the range, wherever he's running, he's got a hand in his face. And cutting him off, stepping, switching angles. We saw him in the telestrator work that we did for Keys to Victory. He switches to southpaw. He can cut anybody off.
Well, I think if this thing goes 1 or 2 more rounds, we can honestly say both of our fights going more rounds than many people expected.
Then logic would dictate. Often with records of both fighters, you would not expect a night like this.
The first one, very surprising, is a virtual unknown took Danny Romero, a 2-time world champion, 12 rounds.
Break. John.
12 hard rounds.
Okay, hold on.
Yes.
Break.
12 hard rounds. Not a picnic. And this is not easy for Tapia here. Tapia is having to run this guy down, and he's not having good luck at doing it. Oh.
Eso, pásale mucho, pase. Bien. Bien de aire. Recupere bien. Cierre los ojos, cierre los ojos.
Close your eyes. Breathe deep.
Séquele la cara. Bien, ¿no? Bien de aire ahora. Ya va. Vamos.
Very little instructions here.
Bien de aire. Bueno. Listo. Vamos.
No instructions at all.
He's slowing down to you now. Yeah. Suck it up. Good. And I mean, when you get an opportunity, burn that jab, Johnny. You got a good one, burn it.
I'm trying to get up there, all I hit him good. You're looking good, JT.
They seem to be going against each other a little bit there in that Tapia corner. Adrian Davis keeps saying, going with that jab. And Tapia shoots back. And he says, I'm hitting them good. It's like, what else do you want me to do?
Well, they're working out their ring strategy, magic. If you're going to work with a trainer, you better get along with him real good.
I think there's some frustration there by Tapia. He's fighting a guy who's got 1 win in his last 4, 4-4-1 in his last 9.
You know what else, too? My trainer, Tommy Parks, used to say, sometimes it's extremely difficult to train a fighter that thinks for himself because he's justifying certain things he's doing, not looking at objectively from the outside, and sometimes you need to have some blind obedience to the trainer.
But, of course, you were always agreeable.
That's not true.
Round 5.
But Tommy was always right nonetheless.
Okay, well, you're a good pupil. Well, that left hook got in by Torres, not on the head.
There was a good counter back with a left hook by Tapia, but one at a time is not going to work here. This guy's very awkward, hard to hit very cleanly with 2 or 3 shots. There was a beautiful right hand, but he's got to come back.
Just as the crowd was getting a little impatient there, starting to boo.
That was right on the white, man.
That was on the white. That was on the hip bone. That hurts.
Torres claiming it was a low blow. Burke cautioning Tapia.
I think Tapia's getting very frustrated here.
Oh yeah.
It's not smooth. It's not going smooth. It's not going easy.
You can tell when he's fighting. You can tell between rounds. Past the midway point of round 5, it's scheduled for 12 for the WBO Bantamweight title. 118 pounds. Tapia says it's the last time we'll be fighting at this weight. As the body gets older, he just can't make it anymore. He actually weighs, what do we say, about 132 right now.
I think he should be fighting 122. I wouldn't mind seeing him up at 126. I mean, as you get older, you grow. That's all there is to it. You can't stay a kid forever.
Sometimes the weight, though, the extra weight isn't nearly as efficient. Just adding the weight, he's got to keep it efficient weight. It's got to be functionally efficient.
Look at this defense by Tapia. It's like a clinic. He's blocking punches. He's dodging bullets. He's going in and out, bobbing and weaving. There's a lot of busy action there from Torres, but he wasn't connecting. As Tapia able to elude the punches.
Right.
And you hear the reaction from the crowd. We head for the bell, round 5.
Beautiful. He hurt the left hook to the body. Beautiful.
That hurt. That hurt.
Torres stunned. Right in the solar plexus. Took the wind right out of him.
Did you see, was that a low blow?
Suck it in, Johnny. Suck it. See, you getting to him? He's standing still now. So keep your combinations going like that. That's why you're burning, hitting one in a row, okay? Keep doing that. Throw 2 and 3 in a row. That's how you get them. Combinations, you understand? 2 and 3 in a row. He may duck 1, but he ain't gonna duck 3 and 4. You can do it.
Little look at that hip shot. Tapia stepping in here, trying to work that left hook to the body. Lands one right on the hip. That's on the belt. That he's got some weight in there. I think that's still a legal blow. But I know hip bones will swell and hurt when they get hit clean.
Tapia taking some fire in the corner there once again. He's not used to that.
And everything now. Right uppercut behind it too.
Freddie Roach a lot calmer, remember?
Yeah. Well, if he doesn't get along with Tapia, I'll tell you what, he'll change managers.
Well, if Torres expects to take this the distance and win a decision, questionable strategy, especially against Johnny Tapia here in Las Cruces. Round 6. The crowd getting behind Tapia.
I don't think he's fighting to win the fight. I think he's fighting to survive the 12 rounds.
Well, I'll tell you, the second round, he came out looking to do some damage and fight back. I think Johnny just too much for him in the talent department. He's fighting, though. He's trying.
Well, Torres in the red sequins. He's been in there with people like Eric Morales, Marco Antonio Barrera, current 122-pound champions. Lost by second-round knockout to Morales in '96, by fourth-round TKO to Barrera in '98.
Well, he's getting some punishment now. Those series of hooks to the body and uppercuts to the body hurt him. Torres falling back with a questionable look on his face, like saying, I don't like that.
And the right uppercut. Adrian Davis told him to use the right uppercut, and that was key.
And Torres walked right into it.
Johnny switched to southpaw for a second there, didn't throw any punches though.
He's trying to confuse the challenger for a split second. Tapia has pretty much dominated. Against a much lesser opponent in Pedro Javier Torres, who almost incredulously is rated number 9 by the WBO with a record of 32-14 and 8 with just 8 knockouts. What the heck did he do to get to number 9?
I was fighting back then. We couldn't get rated in the top 10 with 14.
Unbelievable. You were born too early.
Payday 6, I sure was.
By the way, Ferdy's rated number 10.
Yeah. I have a permanent check I send him.
1 minute to go, round 6.
Again, Tapia, you know, he's just about getting started to his old self and still hasn't picked up his old rhythm, his old 3, 4, 5, 10, like that. And not come back for some more. Yeah, that's the old Tapia.
Almost
right
on
there.
cue.
That's it. Come on, there you go.
Oh, a hard left hand right to the ribs.
You could see him looking. You see him looking for that follow-up shot, but to his credit, Torres got an awkward defense and gets out of the way.
No cuts yet on Tapia, which is somewhat surprising. We're almost midway.
No cuts, and he hadn't lost his temper yet.
That's
so
right.
It's a quiet night for Tapia.
Right.
So far, but you know he's like a volcano ready to explode. And the final seconds of round 6, a strong finish by the champion. Lefts and rights. So fast. Like a blur.
I got it. Sit down. Suck it in. See, now it's coming, man. You're on your own now, champ. You're on your own because he's standing still. Good. Come on. Now go back. Now see me.
There's an application of effective in their awkwardness. The defense is so awkward for Torres that Tapia's having a hard time hitting him clean. Sometimes hitting him at all. Missing punches or grazing shots. Nothing real clean, real solid. Late in the round, he managed to land a good shot. There's a nice left hand that literally Torres walks into. But again, he's not landing 2 or 3 clean. Having a hard time hitting him. Constant movement, head and body, crouching up and down for Torres. Hard to gauge.
Well, we're halfway through this championship fight. Unofficially, fellas.
I've got a shutout. Bobby gave him one
I gave
round,
the second round to Torres. I thought he outworked Johnny. I had 5-1.
I've got it all 6-0.
Right.
60-54.
And the folks at home online see it this way. A shutout for Johnny Tapia through 6.
Last fight they had 10 rounds to 2, and I had that 11-1. So we don't seem to agree with everything from people.
Well, it's closer.
Midway through this championship bout for the WBO Bantamweight title, Johnny Tapia says his last at this weight.
Oh, that's good action.
Furious exchange, toe-to-toe.
Both fighters landing pretty cleanly, pretty frequently.
That's good Tapia action and very good Torres action.
Torres landing with the left and the right.
Both of them gave as good as they got and didn't back up. That's good action.
Break.
I think the folks who are ringside from Resurrection Boulevard, the new Showtime series, are happy their actors are not really fighters after seeing this.
I've had fans ask me a number of times, when you guys are sitting here hammering each other, as soon as the bell rings, you hug each other. What is that all about? That's just, we're glad it's over and respect.
It just must run the gamut of emotions. I can't even believe it, what that must be like.
It's different because there's a lot of hatred and some sort of perverse love and respect afterward. Right.
And with Johnny Tapia, you know it runs the extreme of emotion.
Right.
Oh, it heats up again.
These are terrific exchanges that Johnny's winning most of them, but not by an awful lot.
Both fighters seem to be in excellent shape. You know, Tapia is in good condition. He trains hard for 12 rounds. Oh, watch that elbow, Johnny.
There he goes again.
Shoulder,
elbow, forearm, shoulder.
Watch the heads. That's frustration.
Here's scattering of boos, which is hard to believe. This is Tapia country, but they're disappointed. They want to see a fight. This guy's not fighting to their satisfaction.
I'm a little surprised, this being his farewell in New Mexico, as he says, it's not in Albuquerque, which is his real hometown. Look out.
What was that? What was that?
I am assuming, based on the grimace on his face and the way he's holding his trunks, There was a low blow.
Or a knee or something. It was our vantage point was such that we really couldn't see.
Yep. 5 minutes is the allotted time.
I know. That's a serious
offense.
Yeah.
No, he says let's continue.
I'd like to see what that was.
Yeah.
Was it a knee?
Oh, now he's rocked by a right hand, a right cross to the head by Tapia, pouring it on at the bell, and he continues to hit him after the bell.
Johnny Tapia living in the moment for the moment, heard nothing.
Now that brought the crowd back to. Now that's a Tapia fight. That's what we've been looking for.
I got it. Yeah, suck it in. When you trap him on the ropes again, do like that. Don't stop punching. They're coming there. Don't stop punching. You can do it. Suck it in. Get over. Get some.
Combination, baby. Come on. Get your rhythm when you're down.
Perhaps we'll get a look at that episode at the end of the round.
Well, Johnny Tapia, inspired by whatever the foul may have been, landed a clean right hand as Torres came in, and then he just kept going and didn't stop. Bell rang. He was still swinging. Referee practically tackles Tapia to stop him from hitting Torres.
Well, Tapia really commanded that round with the early flurry and another one after the low blow, or supposed low blow, and after the bell. Round 8.
It was a shutout after the bell.
I don't think that counts. There's that wide-ranging right. Oh, again, Torres walks into a straight left hand by Tapia.
That was what I would call a shotgun jab. Johnny stepped with it and really stuffed it in at Woll's weight behind a power jab.
And the water flew from his head. You can see how hard that thing landed.
That was no probing jab. He meant business with that one. Torres grimacing.
Watch your kidneys.
Watch the kidney punches. Says
he hit him in the hip again. The hip's legal.
Torres claiming it's low. He's getting some support from the referee.
Actually, the referee claimed it was kidneys, which is behind. So I'm really confused.
We'll get an anatomy lesson here from Ferdy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Tapia switched to southpaw here. Hasn't done anything as of yet as a southpaw.
No, but he doesn't throw. Now he hammers in a right uppercut. Oh, Torres. Well, that is really a dangerous move. He held up right in midstream and almost got nailed. He's lucky.
He's back to southpaw. I think he sees that it's causing some problems for Torres. He's not getting the angle now.
And Tapia pouring it on.
Right. Crowd doesn't like the holding, Steve.
So they react negatively. Little peppering shots, but no damage from Torres. And Tapia answers back with a swift left to the midsection. Chopping right, then he goes downstairs, Tapia. He did it so fast, ref couldn't see it.
Right.
33-year-old Johnny Tapia, the tattooed Mr. Tapia, in command. Less than 30 seconds in round 8, scheduled for 12.
Right. Not having a hard night, but having a wearisome night. I mean, it's kind of wearisome not to be able to put away a guy who is clearly inferior to you, and still in here and slugging away.
Tapia 47, 1-2 with 25 knockouts. And one loss to Ayala.
A beautiful combination by Tapia, but Torres hanging in there.
Look at this exchange. But it's mostly Tapia. Look out, some wrestling tactics after the bell. Best action seems to come after the bell.
He sure took a beating that round. That's a big one.
Vamos, se habla. Bien, bien de aire, bien de aire, bien de aire. Bueno, espere, ya le estamos hablando.
We'll take you back to that apparent low blow in the 7th round. by Tapia.
No, I see.
It's not a bad one, and it's not real low, but you never can tell what that cuff shifts on you. It can be painful. Into round 8, they're both going toe-to-toe, so the low blow not a factor for very long. Tapia clearly getting the better of this exchange, but Torres, some of his best work.
Well, at least he was still there firing. You know, I mean, let's give him credit.
Just going to say, he's showing that he's game too, just like the first fight.
Yeah, we talked about him like a dog, but he's still, here he is, round 9. And no indication that Tapia is about to put him on a street out of here.
Round 9.
You know, right at the top of the show, we were really harsh with him, saying, how did he even get licensed? But yet, when you see a guy come up and give a battle like this, you got to change your mind. You got to say, well, like we did in that first fight. Hey, there are those nights. It ain't your night. Well, it ain't Tapia's night as far as knocking this guy out.
So far, the first minute of the round, Tapia fought almost exclusively as a southpaw, switching back to orthodox only now.
And keep in mind, for Torres, his first world title fight, and for Tapia, his 18th. He's 15-1-1 in world title fights. You talk about a contrast in experience, and yet he's hanging around and doing his best he can. And countering and down he goes.
Nice right hand.
Yep.
Right hand to the temple by the ear.
The first knockdown of the night. Back comes Tapia, runs after him. He wants to end it here. You know what? Doesn't want to give him any time to recover. He jumps right on him. They're on their feet in Las Cruces. They boo the ref for breaking him. Here comes Tapia.
No, they're booing the guy for holding.
Yeah, the booing is for holding.
See, the guy's just holding now. It's just.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He's just hanging on for dear life.
And can you blame him?
No, it's probably a smart thing to do.
But it draws the ire of the crowd. I think they're also booing anytime the action stops. Like now. And Tapia just shoves him away. He's upset for the holding.
Okay, mantienen.
And now Rocky Burke has a few words for both.
And in the meantime, gives him a nice 5 or 6 second rest there.
It could be immaterial here as Tapia continues to unload. Final seconds of the night. Torres down at the 122 mark of round 9 from a right hand. Torres survives the round.
Levante la cabeza. Levante. Bien.
Tapia working on the inside, gets his attention with a couple of good body shots. Right there's one. And he comes over the top eventually with a nice right hand after working that body some more. Right there on the side, temple, ear area, toward the top of his head. The body shot set that up though. There's a shot almost to the back of the head, but top and side of the head. I think it might have been a combination of the body shots that hurt even more than that shot to the head.
Johnny Tapia's devoted wife and manager, Teresa Tapia, liking the action. So Johnny Tapia with his best round of the fight, and he comes dashing out of his corner once again for more. And he wants to end it here in round 10. All over Torres.
Beautiful right hand there. He hurt towards that right hand.
Look at this barrage. No resistance.
Torres isn't offering up any offense at all, Steve.
No reply from Torres.
Well, that was an assault that should have netted him a knockdown, but it didn't. And here comes Torres with a little bit of back talk.
The chance of Johnny ring out from this crowd.
Johnny seems to wear out after like he did in the last round. He had him down and then he just sort of let him go. Could it be that that weight that he went up and down like a yo-yo has some effect, and he wants to sort of husband some of that energy?
Could be.
I mean, he doesn't look like he's going to keep that up, 3 minutes out of the round.
Johnny back to southpaw for a little bit, winging a right hook there that just missed.
Yeah, fighting more in spurts than regrouping than going back in.
I mean, I think he's kind of leery of running out of gas here.
And again, the boy with the stoppage in action and the holding. Even when he doesn't hold, if they just break for a second, the fans hungry for entertainment. Booing.
I think Johnny Tapia stepped on his foot and Torres complained, but that's just part of the game.
Yeah, that's not on purpose.
No, I can't see too many fighters looking down to step on your foot.
Yeah.
Again, Tapia connecting, landing with almost every punch, looking over to the crowd.
Yeah, he likes to play the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he does that. He's like an actor with that.
He'll talk to people. He'll say hello into the camera while the fight's going on.
Oh,
these are digging shots, huh?
Wow.
To the ribs, to the liver.
Oh, those things hurt.
Uppercut right down the middle really seemed to hurt Torres.
Loading up with the right, showing a little bolo action there. He knows he's got it. Crowd wants Torres to go.
He stuck his
tongue out at Bobby.
He's
having fun now, isn't he?
He really is. But that's Johnny Tapia. He's at home in the ring even during the biggest of wars, cut, bleeding, hurt, or otherwise. Yep. He'll laugh, he'll smile, stick his tongue out.
He's often said he feels more at home in the ring than out of the ring. Right. He does it again. Now at me. You're next, Ferdy. He sticks out his tongue. He's having a good old time. Oh, watch the forearm, John.
Forearm, Johnny.
Gets the warning from Rocky Burke. And that is it for round 10.
Up and down. Up and down. I got it. Come on. My arms.
Look here, Johnny. Inside, look at my arm. Like this way. Because he's going over like this way, okay? That's how you break
both sides, baby. Break on both sides.
Not necessarily start to finish, but his last round is start and the finish. Here at the start of the round, Johnny comes out looking to put Torres away, looking to cancel all the rest of the night.
And Bobby, this is regular speed. It looks like it's in fast motion.
It sure does. He's got quick hands. Speed's always been one of his biggest assets and keys to victory for Johnny because he'll hit you three times before you react to the first one. He ended the round trying to end the fight again. Beginning of the round, end of the round, he's opened big and closed big.
And again, how do you account for this guy's abysmal record? And then he stands up to Tapia's assaults like this.
Just like
how do you figure?
The Romero Munoz fight.
Well, that was two tonight that should have been dogs. And 1 point, they're taking him a point for holding.
Well, what seems almost like a moot point at this stage. Round 11, 30 seconds or so in. Torres' game, once again, I'll give you that, just like Munoz in the first fight. But way behind. Knocked down in the night. A right to the back of the head by Tapia.
The body shots again really causing nothing but trouble for Torres. Causing him enough pain that he's had to bend over and just absorb.
His corner going crazy saying punch, punch. You know, while this guy in the face looks Oriental, he's actually from Argentina. His whole corner here is are screaming with that Argentine accent. Argentine fighters are very brave, and you know they're used to going right to the 12th round. So here we are in 11. They want him to go all out.
From San Pedro, Argentina.
Boy, of beating he's taking.
Torres looking to the referee, you might see from time to time, for some help from low blows and elbows, but instead he had a point deducted for holding. Can't win for losing.
Watch the elbows.
And you see Johnny still trying to push him off and getting his hands mixed underneath his chin with his forearm and his elbow. Not really doing it on purpose, but a little bit, I think, maybe just in the back of his mind. Just a little, take that with you, I don't think.
Little message.
Right.
Final minute of round 11. Again, not many people thought that the man in the red trunks, Mr. Torres, would be here at this stage.
And that includes all three of us.
Oh, no question. And I'm sure most of the media behind us.
Between these two fights, color me shocked.
Yeah.
Tapia just continues to do a tap dance off the head of Torres.
You look at the opponents of these opponents, and you see much lesser fighters having dispatched with both of them in much easier fashion, by all appearances on the record, many times.
Do you chalk it up to the awkward style of the Argentinian as partially what's going on here?
Clearly, that partially is one of the reasons why Johnny's having such trouble, because he's not hitting him, he's not firing punches at angles, normal angles. He's firing from different angles, he's moving at different angles.
And let me tell you, he's given all it is for the championship, and he's given a super performance. Maybe much more.
Again, they go at it for the third time after the belt.
Much more than before, any other fight before.
The successive holdings, he just running and holding and not letting go. Time and time and time again, with consistently being warned, the referee said, okay, I've had enough, taking the point away. Maybe now you'll stop holding. Last round, pretty much academic.
Todo lo que pueda.
No one's saying. Now throw everything. Throw everything, he said.
Último round. Estamos bien. Estamos para hacer right uppercut when you put it down.
Torres obviously needs a Hollywood knockout. An admirable performance here in Las Cruces by Torres, who has withstood Johnny Tapia's best blows, though he still may not have won a single round.
Over the years, we've had many fighters in the gym that were very good classical boxers, have trouble fighting junk fighters.
Look at this.
By junk, I mean they throw things from different angles.
Yep.
They're off balance. They're doing all types of things from angles that they're not supposed to. That's a junk fighter.
While you were saying that, instead of just touching gloves, Tapia takes it to the next extreme. How about a hug?
I'm never going to hug anybody before the 12th round. I got to be honest with you.
He is a hugger, that's for sure. Oh, he's also a banger, and he got something in his eye there.
He got they banged heads.
Yeah.
They banged heads.
It's amazing it took this long with Tapia. Usually it's in the first or second round.
Okay, Johnny.
He was worrying about that, the butting, the cutting. It's over the, what's that, over the right eye in the eyebrow area.
Well, it's
coming into the eye. Yeah. A little bit, yeah, over the right eye. Now he's furiously mad, and he wants to end it once again right here. Oh, he butted him on purpose, Tapia. He lowered his head and did it on purpose. That was no accident.
That was no accident, and that's a disqualification type.
Oh, yeah. He may have gotten away with it there.
And they're doing it again. They're doing it again.
Now it's totally dirty and out of hand. Torres goes down after the head collision.
He can lose his own disqualification. Here's a guy laying down, ain't going to get up. And the referee drags him up.
How similar. We had this in the first fight.
How about this? They dragged him up.
It's incredible. Boy, things really getting out of hand. Let's see if
Johnny's going to lose a point.
Yeah, again, academic.
Ain't no problem there. They needed that little space of time.
Well, 1:06 to go. Let's hope it stays clean from this point on.
Well, this is drama.
Look at this. Oh, brother. Tapia unloading. Torres almost went down. He goes down to one knee. And that's a knockdown. Second of the night. 42 seconds to go. Tapia looking to end it on a knockout or a TKO to get the fans a thrill.
He's got Torres trouble now. He's rocking on his heels, not very steady on his feet.
Will Torres go again?
You can always count on excitement in a Tapia fight. This guy always brings excitement.
I think his middle name is Drama.
A knockdown of the ninth, and here for Johnny Tapia. 10 seconds to go. It's been all Tapia. But Torres can say he took the 4-time world champion the distance.
Now that was an exciting finish of what could have been a dull fight. A one-way fight turns into a brawl. How can you figure that out? Well, we got treated to 2 treats when we thought we were going to have 2 duds. That's the capricious nature of boxing.
I'll give you that.
And when you see a Johnny Tapia fight, you see excitement.
The cast of Resurrection Boulevard
Got ripped.
enjoying the action.
Fucker. Yeah, move it.
So Johnny Tapia will retain his WBO Bantamweight title in front of his hometown fans.
You think so?
I don't want to fight. I just want everybody to go through the last 12 rounds.
I'd hate to see the decision go the other way here.
It'll be the first successful defense of his latest championship. He'll make it 2 straight since suffering his first and only defeat when he lost to Paulie Ayala last June, and thoroughly beating Jorge Julio for the belt. And now Javier Torres. But not many thought it would go this deep. Well, he did show that he is in exquisite condition despite all the weight fluctuation.
I love you, Gamma.
You know, he fought well. He didn't slow up. He had the combinations. He had the power, the speed, the moves. Clear through the end of the 12th round. No signs.
Just couldn't put this this journeyman away.
Well, we're going to take a little look here at the clash of the heads of the little titans.
Hey, Tony.
Right there. As Torres was coming in, Johnny was already on his way in with a punch. They just slammed into one another.
You see the cut on the eyebrow.
This right here would be illegal, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Matador. As he does it a second time, the referee finally takes a point away from him. That's as clear and as blatant as you want to be. I don't know that you ever want to be that blatant with it. Here's a jab, nice right hand. Lead right hand again to the temple, and on the ground goes Torres, and he hit Torres once while Torres was down.
Tell you what,
Johnny got a little out of control there.
Again, just like Romero, flirting with disqualification. Johnny Tapia, unbelievable. But are they going to actually call that here in his hometown? It'd be a riot.
But in the long run, just a lot of love at the end.
Oh yeah. So we know what the decision will be, but we await the official word from Jimmy Lennon Jr. There's Johnny Tapia blowing kisses to the crowd. He's beloved here in New Mexico. Big hug for Torres. A very game performance by the lesser-known fighter. It will be loss number 2 in a row for Torres, his 3rd setback in the last 5 fights. In fact, one of those fights a draw, so he has only 1 win in his last 5, 2 in his last 7 after this decision.
Yeah, see, I have a little problem with being rated in the top 10, losing 2 or 3 of your last 5 or 7.
Yeah.
I just do, and I always will.
And he's going to be 0 for 3 in America. We're set for the official word. Here's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Pick up his glass, man. Shit, he's tired.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Lorenzo Saez, scores about 118 to 107. Judges Ted Gimza and Richard Green both scored about 119 to 107. All 3 in favor of the winner. And still the WBO Bantamweight champion of the world, Johnny Vida Loca Tapia.
So Tapia ups his record to 48-1-2. Still has 26 knockouts.
Torres is clapping pretty vehemently, which is kind of nice.
Showing good sportsmanship. Torres falls to 32-15-8. What's in the future for Tapia as the balloons fall from the ceiling? Well, his intentions are clear to move up in weight. Next stop 122, perhaps 126. He was like 132 just before the fight here. His sights are set on the likes of Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales, champions and the bigger names in that division. The feeling seems to be Barrera because Barrera and Tapia are both promoted by the same guy, who is British promoter Frank Warren. He's even talked of jumping directly to 126 and maybe fighting the Prince, but 118 we know is a thing of the past for Tapia.
You know, Johnny's going to move. Sometimes your body and time dictate that you have to do certain things, and he's going to move. This is not just a money move. This is a move for his health reasons.
Okay, let's get it up to the fight doctor.
Here we go. Whoa, that's the way to start an interview.
Come on, babe.
That's it, Ray.
See.
We want you here.
All right.
Mom.
I'm trying to get the attention of the champion because he wants to get his wife and his family in.
Come on, babe.
The fight, much tougher than you thought?
Oh, he was tough. First of all, I'd like to give a lot of thanks and praise to Jesus Christ and also to the state of New Mexico for guiding me and protecting me and backing me up the way they do.
All right, well, you certainly gave him a good present. It looked like we were going to one of those nights where it was going to be a Tapia action night, and you exploded. That last round was wild excitement.
Well, you know, he headbutted me, and I don't like those. And when they headbutted me, fight me dirty.
Why did you headbutt him back? I know you intentionally headbutted that guy.
I did it on purpose. Yes, I'm not going to lie to you.
Of course, it's on tape.
Yes.
Watch yourself. Watch yourself. Whoop, like with a helmet.
Because he did me, and I wanted to pay him back and get my respect.
Well, you got that. and then some. It was an exciting fight at the end. But prior to that, would you think it's a one-way fight? That's
just one way. I couldn't catch him. I couldn't do what I wanted to do because he never came at me, and I tried rushing him, and it took a long time.
All right. Now, we talk endlessly about what you're going to do now. 122, 126, the Prince. Where are you going?
Whoever wants me next, I'm willing to fight him. I like to give a lot of thanks to the new movie I just did. Resurrection Boulevard, Tony Plaza, and the rest of the crew, man. Very, very, very beautiful guys.
Well, I hope to have a good success on that. Let me ask you the last thing that I'd like to talk to you about. I admire you a great deal for what you did with his guns for tickets. For the people that don't know in the United States, this man initiated bring your guns, get tickets to the fight. Now, I believe that that's what all promoters should do throughout the United States. You're leading the way. Explain it.
And also world champions. You know, it was 2 tickets to the state of New Mexico. And I would give you, you give me a gun, I give you 2 tickets to the fight. And I wish that all the fighters and also the promoters can do that worldwide for we can save more lives.
You were telling me how much they picked up and how many bullets. Give the fans an idea of what we picked up.
Almost 3,000 ammunitions and 400 guns in 2 days.
Just
3 days.
In 2 days of this fight.
Yes,
so
sir.
imagine if we did that in all championship fights throughout the world. Imagine what we could do.
It'd be safer to walk on the streets.
It certainly would. Not if you're there with boxing gloves on, unfortunately. All right, an excellent night. Buena suerte. Peleaste muy bien, pero muy fuerte.
Muchas gracias. Para mí ha sido un halago pelear con el campeón del mundo. Es muy fuerte.
It's a great honor to fight with.
No pensé que era tan fuerte, así que.
I didn't think he was that strong.
Era muy fuerte, es muy fuerte. Para la edad que tiene, para mí es un verdadero campeón y bueno.
You're very strong for your age. Well, for any kind of age, here's Steve Albert, who's strong at any age. What Bobby says, always strong.
All right, thank you very much, Ferdy. 2 of the 3 judges had it a shutout. 1 judge gave Torres a round 2, and you see, as far as the fans at home, a 12-0 round for Tapia. Bobby Ches had it, what, 118, 106?
Something like that. I gave only 1 round to Torres too. I thought he gave him. I thought he got round 2. I thought he just outworked Johnny a little too much in that round.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts after that particular display by Tapia?
Well, Johnny Tapia, he's an excellent fighter. He's got all the skills. He's got the tools. He has the discipline, the desire, and the ability to move up. I think 122 is an automatic, and I think he's going to be at 126 before his days are done. He's going to be at 126.
Okay, so we'll see what happens in the future. Tapia says 118 is a thing of the past. He wants to move up to 122 or 126. I tell you what, I might pay to see Tapia Ahmed.
Tapia Ahmed, Tapia Morales, Barrera, any one of those 3, get my money.
All right, let's take a.
Just spit it right in there, don't worry about it. Drop your hands, be sharp, change your angle. Give him that, hey, come on. And snap your punch.
So you saw the